The real battle begins. Jura will not return to the Shinju dimension to make Hidari come back. He will continue his mission to bring the target that Boruto has brought. That's right, Himawari. But it won't be easy for Jura to do that. The reason is Momoshiki. Believe it or not, maybe this will sound reasonable. In the previous video, we have predicted some things that will happen to Boruto. And after I analyzed it, this is really a plausible situation if Momoshiki will take Boruto's body. He is dying. His body is completely out of chakra. Inevitably, it will happen. Then why am I so sure that the real battle will begin? Because imagine, guys, Jura has managed to defeat Himawari. Even though Hidari was dead, the person who had such a big impact on Hidari's death was Boruto, not Kawaki, right? While Boruto had been defeated by Jura from a long distance, which no one even knew where the attack came from. Then, if Kawaki is Jura's opponent, will it sound easy? And will the result be the same as before? Even if Kawaki uses all his karmic abilities, I don't think it will be enough for now. The outcome of the fight won't lead to Kawaki successfully defeating Jura. Does this make sense, guys? And in essence, it would sound ridiculous and very funny if Jura chose to return to the Shinju dimension just to bring back Hidari. All the opponents and people who hindered Jura have been defeated, and this is a good opportunity. Jura can bring Himawari easily without one person being a nuisance. And do you agree with my statement? But if you disagree and still think that Jura will return to the Shinju dimension, that's fine, guys. I appreciate it, especially if you give reasons about all this. But on the other hand, this makes the impression of being a villain weird and funny, right? Oh yeah, by the way, in this video I will discuss what happened and some interesting things in chapter 13. Maybe this is not entirely true because as a Boruto fan, I'm so curious about what happens next. But with that, we can predict some things that might happen. And if you have another point of view, don't forget to use the iits'Nime hashtag. So let's move on to the rest of the discussion. And in the end, the situation that really pushed Boruto to his limit was the trigger for Momoshiki's awakening. It makes sense that when Momoshiki awakens, he will fight against Jura, considering that Jura has injured his vessel. But if that happens, I can't be sure which of them will win. But if in the end, Momoshiki's resurrection puts Jura in a corner, we will see something unexpected. My guess is Code. He is the one who really wants to beat Boruto, especially with his ambitions and goals. After Boruto gets a severe injury, this is a good opportunity to take advantage of it. Especially if Momoshiki takes over Boruto's body, Code will have no trouble if he is helped by Jura. But if Code doesn't appear in chapter 13, and in the end, Momoshiki and Jura's fight leaves Jura cornered, maybe the reason he returned to the Shinju dimension is the right decision. In addition to reviving Hidari, he will prepare another plan, because after all, Jura is a Shinju who has much better sense than others. So it is likely that he will not be rash in making decisions. And maybe that's what will happen to Boruto. Momoshiki awakens, Jura returns to the Shinju dimension, Hidari awakens again, and others. So what do you guys think? Do you agree with my opinion? In addition to those theories, I have another theory if there is a possibility that Himawari will recover. You should remember what Jura said. Even though Himawari has severe injuries, she has a better regeneration ability than even a Jinchuriki. And that's something that's almost the same as Biju. So with a condition that can be said to be helpless in chapter 12, is there a possibility if we get a moment in chapter 13 where Himawari recovers after getting an amazing healing from Kurama? And if that happens, there will be a chance for Kurama to give back the chakra he had to fight along with the others to face the Jura. With Himawari recovering, it will give a little time for Boruto to recover his wounds. So how about it? Do you agree with me? Or do you have another prediction? And then, after a few chapters, we don't see Mitsuki, with a condition that really needs help. I'm sure Shikamaru won't be silent. He must have gotten information if Boruto and others were injured, and because of that, there is a possibility that Mitsuki will come to help with his Sage Mode to help them fight Jura. So far, after we saw his last fight with Boruto, Mitsuki's fighting skills are much better than Kawaki. I can't say if Boruto deliberately succumbed when fighting Mitsuki, but if we look at how his fighting techniques, Mitsuki managed to get Boruto cornered, even though in the end, Boruto managed to awaken his mind and make himself doubt the existence of the sun. But in essence, we can't underestimate the power of Mitsuki. I'm sure that even though he can't really stop Jura, I'm sure Mitsuki can at least interfere with his plans to capture Himawari or even kill others. Because after all, we want to see Mitsuki shine after several chapters of his role not being shown. Starting from the arrival of Shinju to Konoha, the attack and pursuit of Team 10, Sarada and Sumire were injured by dealing with Hidari, Boruto, the one who managed to realize and make doubt about who the sun is, and until in the end Boruto got a severe injury, really hasn't made Mitsuki show his role at all. And whether in Chapter 13 we will see Mitsuki shine again, guys, I'm really looking forward to this moment. And then, after we predicted about them, I slightly imagined that Kashinkoji would make a very awaited move. But this is if some of what we predicted before did not happen, right? If Himawari, Kawaki, Sarada, and Mitsuki did not show their roles at all in Chapter 13. Most likely, with the Hirai Shinjutsu still connected by the frog in Boruto's robe, will make Kashinkoji teleport to that place to save Boruto first. And I'm surely the frog will report whatever happens to Kashinkoji. But if Kashinkoji really goes back to Konoha to save and bring Boruto, what about the others? For example, Himawari? Will Kashinkoji bring Boruto alone? But this would sound very dangerous if it happened, because this would be the easiest opportunity for Jura to carry out his actions, especially if Himawari does not also get a recovery for him. Something that makes sense if Kashinkoji saves them too. Then what about Jura? Did he just stand by and watch after his target was taken away? This is really very interesting, guys. After we saw Himawari taken away by Team 10, Jura was not interested in facing some other shinobi. He just focused on his target. And if that happens, Jura will definitely do the same thing. And the next theory about the Thorn Soul Bulb. At this time, Boruto really lost the opportunity to free Sasuke after Jura managed to snatch the Thorn Soul Bulb that Boruto had previously obtained. But if we talk about the Thorn Soul Bulb, I'm still very curious how it can make Sasuke free. There are some fans who say that if to return Sasuke is to attach it to the tree where Sasuke was sealed, and after that Sasuke will regain consciousness and be free. So far, to free Sasuke is still a mysterious thing, especially when we get a scene where Hidari regenerates his body from Boruto's attack. He uses tree roots to make his wounds heal. But if the Thorn Soul Bulb is placed in a Shinju dimension and it is right above the black box, is it part of the way to free Sasuke, or vice versa? But guys, after Chapter 12 yesterday proving how the core of Shinju when destroyed, whether in the next chapter we get a flashback scene about how the process of a person becoming Shinju, because so far we haven't really gotten an answer after a person is sealed in a tree and turns into Shinju. Right? And maybe with this flashback, we can see how the process and explanation about it. Because with that, we will get the truth about how to free Sasuke. This is really very interesting. Chapter 13 will probably be the best chapter. Because if you remember, in Chapter 4, after Boruto managed to track down Tail 10, he met Sasuke, who had turned into Shinju. And in the next chapter, it was revealed how Sasuke had become Shinju, and it was none other than his fight with Code. And does it sound plausible that in Chapter 13 we will get a flashback about Hidari? Then what do you guys think? And about how to free Sasuke, does it sound plausible? So, according to your theory, what will happen in Chapter 13? Let's discuss in the comments column. Oh yeah, don't forget to use the asknim hashtag, guys. So that's a few things about our predictions in Chapter 13. As Boruto fans, analyzing and theorizing what happens in the future is a very interesting thing. But remember, this is just a prediction. If you have another opinion, I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Nim. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye, guys.